What's up, everyone? Here to give you my first impressions or overview of the series Hajime No Ippo. So, this is a series that over the years, I've known about it for a couple years now, and one of my really good friends actually has been recommending it for the longest. Like, yo, man, you gotta catch up. It is so sick. But I don't know. In my opinion, he's kind of bad at recommending stuff. So I don't know. I just didn't take his word for it. And over the years, I've actually saw the first 10 episodes, and nothing just really caught my interest. And then I hear that the third season was announced, and this was 2 months ago, maybe a month and a half ago. And I was just like, you know what? People were saying that third season, they're excited for it. So you know what? I'm gonna catch up before the third season starts and just see how good it is. And man, this series really honestly surprised me. It really did. I just didn't think that boxing could be that interesting of it. Obviously it's fighting in general, and I'm a fan of fighting or action manga and anime, but I just really didn't see this series just being this good. So the first season of the series came out in 2001 to 2002, I believe, and it's just the beginning of Ippo, which is the main character's name. His name is Makanauchi Ippo, and it starts off with 76 episodes, and the animation, honestly, I thought when I first saw it, they're oh man, this is crappy animation, but once the series kind of picks up, honestly around episode 16, I believe it is, when he starts really fighting, man, this series, the animation honestly looks a little bit before its time, honestly, with all the detail and the punches and the movement, and sometimes their lower body looks a little stiff, but honestly, when you get into the series, once you're about 25 episodes in, I just feel like you're used to it at that point, and you're not watching it just for the action. You're watching it for the development of Ippo and some of the characters around him. So now I'm going to go over the couple of things that I liked about the series overall. So the first thing that I really enjoyed about the series was the training, honestly. In most series, I feel that, yeah, every protagonist does train and build his strength, but what I really liked about this training that varies from other series is the fact that what he trains for, every single time he battles someone, he upgrades. And with a lot of series, I'm not going to name any, I just have an issue with them, for example, training for something and the results not really showing. Or, what's another way to put it? When they train and, I mean, One Piece, don't get me wrong, is one of my favorite series, but where we're at in the animation, because I'm not going to spoil stuff in the manga, it just kind of seems what were he training for? It seems like a waste of time in some series. But in this series, you really see his hard work pay off, and I just really enjoy it. And another thing about the training that I like is they always go into one of his issues, and like I said, they upgrade it and they get him really better. But I just really like how the training is done. And some people hate watching training in series, but honestly, no lie, it is actually very enjoyable to see Ippo train, and just not only just the physical struggle, just the internal struggle that they're going through is honestly just amazing. And as the story goes along, it gets even deeper. And another thing I also want to touch on about the training is just like I said, the internal struggle. And I just have to say this one example. Oh my gosh, somebody from their gym has a big fight coming up, and Ippo's just oh man, he is such a boss. I really look up to him. He makes this look so easy. And then, man, just stuff gets so real. He actually spends the night with him, and he's wow, he's completely asleep, and he actually was having weight control problems, and he couldn't eat. He couldn't eat or drink water. And he just, thinks that it's so easy, and, oh, man, this guy wakes up in the middle of the night just pouring sweat, just trying to waste up energy so he can go to sleep because it's so hard. He can't even think about anything but eating or drinking water. And Ippo just really finds out, like, wow, I'm so stupid. Like it is not that easy. And it was just a really like impactful moment that I just really enjoyed about the series. But there's another kind of similar situation later on in the series, and actually in season 2, that, man, you just feel horrible for these guys that have to go through this like weight training or weight control. And man, it just really like adds a bigger impact on the story. But that's pretty much all I enjoyed about the training. Another thing that I really enjoyed about the series was the actual fights. Man, the actual fights. Sometimes this is my only one issue with it, and I will say this, that it kind of does get irritating at times, but sometimes I feel like the fights are a little drawn out, but some fights, they definitely are worth them being drawn out because you get some pretty big surprises. But overall, just how the fights are written, like, man, just like, I'll let you guys know this right now if you haven't seen the series. Like, sometimes you expect people to win every time. You expect Makina Uchi or Ippo to win every time. I mean, he doesn't lose often. Don't get me wrong, but he does lose, and when he does, man, it just makes a really big impact on the story. And it was just so well written. It was just so well written how they did it, and it just honestly leaves you like in shock when I saw it because I wasn't sure. But man, it's just the fighting, like the twist, man, the twists. They're just good. Like honestly, I'm a fan of like a lot of good fighting series, or what so I believe to be good fighting series that I thought like couldn't be touched even by like really good long running series. But honestly, Fighting Spirit or Hajime no Ippo really just it changed my whole mind on it with how fights can be written. It isn't similar to Hunter x Hunter because it's way more technical than Hunter x Hunter. But as far as like the technical fighting behind like reasons why people win and stuff happening, don't get me wrong, there are some power-ups with like just like with they call them Nakama power-ups, but they do happen at times. But overall, it's nothing too excessive. But either way, I just really like how the fights are written and just the twist to them. The next thing that I want to discuss that I really, really liked about this story was the characters. Oh, man. The characters in this series are just, like, so personalized. Even just, like, fodder that we just fight for one fight and we don't see them again. Don't get me wrong though, every fight or every person that Ippo fights, at least they are relevant to the story, but just their backstory, like I don't know how this mangaka does it, because he makes you like, yeah, we always want Ippo to win, but he honestly makes you feel bad for these characters, and he builds their resolve to where you almost think like, whoa, like I could not see them losing just because they have a really strong resolve. But Ippo does have resolve, don't get me wrong, but he just really gives a lot of these characters just the backstories. And just to name a few characters that I really liked, even though he's technically an enemy of Ippo, Miyata, he's a really good character, I think. Just watching his internal struggle, just seeing how he goes through some things in another location, because if you haven't seen the series, I don't want to spoil too much, but when he goes to another country, just the struggle, and just hearing all this hype about him and him just getting shot down so far eventually. And then people like Takamura, he is the man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, besides Ippo, Takamura is my favorite character, easily, hands down. He's the man. Like, he's so funny and he's so strong, and he just brings some things to the table, especially like in the second season, that, man, it just really makes you enjoy his character a lot, and you just enjoy watching him mess around and just interact with other characters. He's just my favorite guy to watch, like, interact. But other characters like Sendo, like I could keep naming them, but they have some really good characters. That's all I have to say. But yeah, that was just something I really enjoyed about the story. Another thing that I really liked also was just the development in characters. Like, I know a lot of people say character development, but in this series, you truly see real development between the characters because Ippo, you'll learn from when you first meet him that he's a pretty nice guy, and in the second season he goes through this issue with, like, he's too nice to be a boxer. Like, yes, he is skilled, but like, you just see him change and just go over like leaps and bounds of his goals, and just his goals start off so small and minute, but they just end up just stretching so tall, and it's just really enjoyable to see. And like, it just really makes you enjoy the characters a lot more. And Takamura, for the most part, he does stay the same or similar, but just watching him, like, in the second season, just go through something and find out honestly why he's still standing up, and it honestly is just a powerful moment. And this is another thing I wanted to touch up on about the series. I just really like the impactful moments in the series. Like, just sometimes when like there's an exchange, they like slow it down a little bit, and it's just so well done how like you just see this like it'll be like a minute, even though like it's a quick exchange. You just see this quick tactical like fighting go on, and then like just the end results, like you just see the person like just get knocked down, and just the crowd goes crazy, and it's just really impactful, and I really enjoyed that about the series. So, one of the last things I want to touch on is just the comedy. Oh man, I really can't describe it in one sense, but it is freaking hilarious. Like, some people, they don't like animation with comedy in it, but just watching like Aoki, and I forgot their other guy's name. It's not Miyata. It starts with an M though. I really can't think of the name right now. But and Ippo and Takamura, just watching all them interact, it's just so funny. Like, just some of them are perverts, and some of them just, they do some really silly things, and honestly I enjoy it because it's just so funny at times. And I can't really describe like one specific moment because it's hilarious every episode that they aren't like in a serious fight. It's just really funny, and I really can't say anything else about it. So the last thing I want to talk about, what I liked about the series, was definitely the animation. Don't get me wrong, like I said before, the animation from like the early 2000s, it isn't that good, but like I said, for its times, it's really not bad at all. There's a lot of motion and stuff, and I enjoy watching the training and things like that. But oh man, when you get to the second season, if you already have, you know, but if you haven't, if you get to the second season and watch just how good the animation looks, oh my gosh, it honestly is probably, besides Hunter x Hunter and a couple other series, I don't know any animation that looks better. And with the animation, it just really portrays these epic moments, as I stated before, off really well. And just the last fight, like, I just have to say this, Brian Hawk against Takamura, oh my gosh, it honestly, no lie, it is probably my favorite fight in animation. And like, as you see, I like a lot of different series, and it probably isn't my favorite just because maybe I just saw it probably a couple days ago, but oh my gosh, just that fight is so well written, and just the struggles from both sides. You just like feel like you are sitting there watching the match, and like right up front and close, and it's done so well. And not to mention, like I was saying with the animation, just watching when Takamura, when a nerve hits, oh my gosh, so good, just so good. That's all I can say. And also another thing, last thing, is just the audio that's done with it, which I include in the animation. Just the music that they have, just especially in the second season, it just touches you a certain way. Like, that's all I can say. No pun intended, but like, that's all I can say. It just hits certain spots, man. It's good. That's all I can say. If you've seen it, you already know this, but if you haven't, definitely check out the series. Like, it's a must watch. I'm an idiot. I really should have watched this series probably years ago when I was told about it, but I don't know. I just couldn't get into it, but that's why I just wanted to make this video to let everybody know just how good it is, cuz I don't know if you're fans of One Piece, Naruto, stuff like that, which I am too. Like, it is definitely up there in quality. Like, that's all I have to say. I really don't know why the animation is just now coming back. I'm honestly just hoping that they will just continue it, like how Hunter x Hunter is just like ongoing because Madhouse Studios does it, and I'm just hoping that they just continuously will just keep going, because this this manga was actually released in 1989, and it has over 1,000 chapters. So I just see no reason why they shouldn't do it or just keep on going. And I haven't read the manga yet, and I would definitely like to just keep watching the animation. So I just hope that they just keep just do an ongoing series and just not like a 26 or 25 episode series. I'd rather than just keep going. But that's all I have. Great series, good action, good story development, good plot twists. I really can't say much else, but just go watch it. And that's all I have. Thanks for watching my video, and subscribe if you like more things like first impressions and stuff like that, because I'm going to be doing a lot more recently with some series that I should have already watched, because this just motivated me to start watching some things that I've been getting recommended for a while. So thanks for watching my video.